Every property manager needs to focus on three critical safety rules to effectively manage risks and keep tenants safe. First, inspecting the property regularly is essential. This helps identify potential hazards before they become serious issues. Second, documenting everything thoroughly is vital. Accurate records not only track maintenance and repairs, but also demonstrate compliance with safety regulations. Finally, training staff and tenants on safety procedures ensures everyone knows how to act responsibly and respond properly in emergencies. Together, these practices form the foundation of strong property safety management. Property safety is crucial because it directly impacts the well-being of everyone who lives in or visits the property. First and foremost, safe properties protect people, preventing accidents and injuries. Beyond the human aspect, maintaining safety also reduces the likelihood of incidents that could lead to costly legal issues or financial losses. Moreover, when a property consistently demonstrates strong safety practices, it builds trust with tenants. This trust often results in higher tenant satisfaction and retention, which is beneficial for long-term property management. These are the key reasons why focusing on property safety is so important. When it comes to property safety management, there are three essential pillars that we need to focus on. The first pillar is inspect. This means regularly examining the property to identify any hazards or potential risks before they become serious issues. The second pillar is document. Keeping thorough records of inspections, maintenance, and any safety incidents helps us track progress and ensures compliance with safety regulations. Finally, the third pillar is train. Providing proper training for everyone involved ensures that they understand safety protocols and know how to respond effectively in case of an emergency. Together, these three pillars create a strong foundation for maintaining a safe and secure property environment. The first key rule I want to emphasize is maintaining comprehensive safety inspections. This means conducting regular and thorough inspections that are carefully documented. These routine checks are essential because they help us detect any hazards early on, before they can lead to injuries, regulatory violations, or costly emergency repairs. By being proactive in hazard detection, we significantly reduce risks, ensuring a safer environment for everyone. Effective property safety management starts with this consistent approach to inspections, and it's truly one of the most important steps in protecting both people and assets. Now let's focus on the key elements that need to be inspected according to our checklist. First, we have the electrical systems. It's crucial to ensure that all wiring, panels, and outlets are safe and functioning properly to prevent any hazards. Next, fire safety equipment must be checked thoroughly. This includes alarms, extinguishers, and sprinklers to guarantee they're fully operational in case of an emergency. Structural integrity is another vital aspect. Inspecting walls, floors, and foundations helps us identify any potential risks that could compromise safety. HVAC systems also require attention to maintain air quality and comfort. Emergency exits need to be clear and accessible, ensuring everyone can evacuate quickly if necessary. Lighting is important as well, both for visibility and safety during all hours. All of these points fall under comprehensive property safety management, which is our goal to maintain a secure environment. This checklist with these 5 main areas is essential for effective safety inspections. When it comes to inspection frequency standards, setting a predictable rhythm is essential for effective property safety management. We break this down into 3 key types of inspections. First, we have routine inspections. These happen monthly and focus on walking through common areas, testing visible safety items, and immediately flagging any hazards. This high-frequency oversight helps catch issues early and maintains a steady pulse on everyday safety. Next, quarterly comprehensive inspections take a broader operational view. During these, we review systems, check logs, assess contractor work, and follow up on any unresolved issues. This deeper dive ensures all safety elements across the property are monitored more thoroughly. Finally, detailed inspections occur annually and serve as a formal benchmark. Here, we conduct full code compliance checks, update risk management plans, and document all corrective actions taken. This comprehensive review helps keep the entire safety program aligned with current standards and policies. By following this predictable inspection rhythm, routine monthly checks, quarterly comprehensive reviews, and an annual detailed audit, we create a strong framework for ongoing property safety management. When an inspection is missed, it's not just a small oversight. It can lead to serious consequences. One missed inspection might result in an injury claim if a hazard goes unnoticed, or it could lead to a code violation that brings fines or legal trouble. It could even cause a preventable emergency for a tenant, which is something we always want to avoid. The bigger issue is that when risks aren't properly documented, liability increases significantly. This means if something does go wrong, the costs of responding and fixing the problem can multiply quickly. Ignored hazards tend to escalate fast, turning manageable issues into major problems. That's why thorough property safety management and regular inspections are absolutely crucial to keep everyone safe and avoid costly consequences down the road. When it comes to property safety management, thorough documentation is absolutely critical. If something isn't recorded, it becomes very difficult to prove that it actually happened. Strong documentation not only protects your team, but it also helps ensure compliance with regulations and creates a reliable history of all the actions taken. This means inspections need to be logged carefully, incidents tracked precisely, and repairs fully verified. Maintaining clear and accurate records, such as inspection dates, maintenance activities, tenant notices, and training logs, is essential. These records should be consistent, accessible, and kept over time. Ultimately, good record keeping bridges the gap between simply doing the work and being able to demonstrate that the work was done properly, turning your safety efforts into real legal protection. When it comes to documentation in property safety management, there are several critical areas we need to focus on. First, inspections. It's essential to record dates, locations, and the names of inspectors to maintain accountability and traceability. We also need to document any observed hazards or failed items, as well as the corrective actions assigned to address these issues. Maintenance is another key area, which includes repair requests, work orders, vendor invoices, and service reports. Keeping track of completion dates and obtaining proper sign-offs ensures that all tasks have been adequately handled. Incidents such as injuries, near misses, or property damage must be thoroughly documented. This includes collecting witness statements and photos, outlining the response steps taken, and planning follow-ups to prevent recurrence. Finally, training records are vital to maintain compliance and safety awareness. Attendance logs, course completions, certifications, renewal dates, and policy acknowledgements should all be tracked meticulously. By documenting these areas thoroughly, we create a comprehensive safety management system that supports proactive risk management and continuous improvement. When we compare digital and paper records, it's important to understand their best uses. Digital records are preferred when scaling operations because they allow for fast search, backup, and retrieval. They're also great for shared access across teams and different sites, which enhances collaboration. The inclusion of timestamps in digital records strengthens audit trails, providing better accountability. The key best practices here are to maintain secure permissions and conduct routine backups to protect data integrity. On the other hand, paper records are useful primarily for quick field notes and collecting signatures. However, they present challenges. Searching, organizing, and sharing paper documents is much harder. Paper records are also vulnerable to loss, damage, and misfiling, which can compromise important information. Therefore, the best practice is to scan any critical paper documents into digital storage as soon as possible. Ideally, paper records should be kept only when absolutely necessary, and then digitized promptly to ensure consistency, compliance, and long-term retention. In summary, digital records are ideal for maintaining consistency, compliance, and long-term storage, while paper records should be treated as a temporary backup and converted to digital format quickly to maintain property safety management effectively. When it comes to record retention, it's important to categorize documents based on their duration and significance. For short-term records, typically kept for up to 3 years, we include routine inspection logs and work orders for minor repairs. These are operational documents that help with day-to-day management. Moving to a 5-year retention period, this covers safety meeting notes, vendor certificates, and service reports, still operational but with slightly longer relevance. For compliance purposes, records like incident reports, training records, and insurance claim files should be kept for around 7 years. These documents are crucial for demonstrating that safety and legal standards have been maintained. High-risk records require much longer retention. Anything related to exposure, major structural or life safety work, or files linked to litigation should be preserved for 10 years or more. The key legal rule to remember is to retain records long enough to cover any claims, audits, or statutory limits. When laws differ, always keep the record for the longest required time. This approach ensures we stay compliant and protected in property safety management. Poor records create expensive risks for any organization. Simply put, if something isn't documented, it might as well not have happened. This lack of documentation can escalate routine incidents into much bigger problems, such as fines, lawsuits, insurance disputes, and ultimately, a weak defense if the situation ends up in court. Documentation serves as crucial evidence. Without it, compliance is just a matter of opinion, and that opens the door to costly liability issues. The financial impact of poor record keeping can be significant, with fines and legal claims stacking up quickly. So maintaining accurate and thorough records isn't just a bureaucratic task. It's a key part of managing liability exposure and protecting your property safety management efforts. In other words, good documentation can save you from a lot of unnecessary expense and risk down the line. Rule number 3 is all about training your team and ensuring compliance. Safety systems are only effective when every employee understands the standards, follows them consistently, and is held accountable on the job. Training is what transforms policies from just words on paper into real, actionable behaviors. By establishing clear roles, consistent routines, and thorough documentation, we can significantly reduce preventable risks. This approach is crucial for effective property safety management. Now let's focus on the essential training topics that are crucial for effective property safety management. First, emergency procedures are fundamental. Everyone needs to know how to respond quickly and correctly in case of an emergency to minimize harm. Fire safety is another key area, which involves understanding how to prevent fires and what steps to take if one occurs. Hazard recognition is about being able to identify potential risks before they cause an incident. Incident reporting ensures that any issues or accidents are documented properly, which helps with follow-up actions and prevention. Legal compliance is critical as it ensures that all safety measures meet the required laws and regulations. Effective resident communication is also vital, as keeping residents informed helps maintain a safe living environment. Altogether, these topics form the backbone of property safety management and help create a secure, responsive, and compliant community. When onboarding new staff, establishing a strong safety foundation is crucial. First, I always recommend walking the property with new hires to familiarize them with potential hazards, restricted areas, equipment locations, and emergency exits. This helps them understand the physical environment before they begin any shift. Next, it's important to teach them the proper reporting protocols. They need to know how to log any incidents accurately, escalate issues promptly, and document any corrective actions taken. Finally, require a supervised sign-off process where new employees complete key tasks under the guidance of a trainer. This ensures they're confident and competent before working independently, maintaining a high standard of safety throughout the property. Here we focus on the ongoing training and certification process spread across the 4 quarters of the year. In the first quarter, we concentrate on refresher activities such as emergency response drills and updates to incident reporting, along with a policy reset for all staff to ensure everyone is aligned with the latest protocols. Moving into the second quarter, the emphasis shifts to advanced topics covering fire, electrical, and other hazard scenarios. We also focus on vendor and contractor safety controls and build role-specific skills tailored to individual responsibilities. The third quarter centers around certification, where required compliance coursework is completed, followed by testing and practical verification to ensure proficiency. It's also the time to renew any expiring credentials. Finally, in the fourth quarter, we conduct comprehensive reviews by auditing completion rates and identifying any gaps. This phase also involves tracking incidents in relation to training outcomes and setting the plan for the next year to continuously improve safety management. This structured approach ensures a thorough, ongoing commitment to safety excellence throughout the year. Accountability is crucial when it comes to compliance, and owning every step of the process makes a real difference. When responsibilities are clear, consistently repeated, and verified, compliance naturally improves. Clear ownership prevents tasks from being overlooked or missed. To ensure effective compliance monitoring and accountability, we follow 4 key steps. First, assign each task a specific owner along with a deadline. This creates clear responsibility. Second, train the assigned staff thoroughly, equipping them with the necessary safety procedures to perform their tasks correctly. Third, verify that the work is completed through audits, logging, and follow-up checks. Finally, report issues promptly by escalating any gaps and closely tracking corrective actions to resolution. This structured approach helps maintain safety standards and accountability across the board. When procedures are unclear, small lapses can quickly escalate into reportable incidents, leading to legal exposure and preventable damage. This highlights what happens when training fails. Even a single error can trigger serious consequences, such as injuries, fines, and increased tenant risk. Untrained teams often miss hazards before they turn into incidents, which is why ongoing reinforcement is crucial. Every shift without proper training and reinforcement increases operational risk significantly. This is a core concern in property safety management, emphasizing the importance of clear procedures and continuous training. Here, we're looking at how a self-reinforcing safety system operates through 3 key components. First, inspections play a vital role by identifying hazards, gaps, and necessary corrective actions. This step is about spotting potential risks before they lead to problems. Next, documentation comes into play. It's essential to capture all findings, deadlines, and proof that responses have been carried out. This ensures there's a clear record showing issues have been addressed. Finally, training turns these records into repeatable actions and accountability. By educating and engaging everyone involved, we help prevent the same failures from happening again. When these 3 elements, inspection, documentation, and training, work together, they create a strong integrated system where risks are identified, actions are proven, and safety standards are consistently maintained. This approach is fundamental to effective property safety management. One common pitfall to avoid is skipping inspections. When routine checks are overlooked, small hazards can quickly escalate into major liabilities. It's crucial to stay consistent with inspections to catch issues early. Another key point is incomplete records. If safety measures and inspections are not documented clearly, it becomes very difficult to prove that they were carried out, which can cause problems later on. Neglecting training is another serious issue. Staff who aren't properly trained may miss warning signs or fail to respond appropriately in critical situations, which puts everyone at risk. Lastly, inconsistent enforcement of rules can undermine safety. When rules differ depending on the person or property, compliance drops and the overall safety culture suffers. Avoiding these pitfalls ensures a much stronger, more reliable approach to property safety management. Here, we're looking at 4 key metrics that highlight how we're measuring safety performance in property management. First, the inspection completion rate stands at 95%, which means almost all planned inspections are being completed on time, meeting our target minimum. This is crucial because regular inspections help identify potential hazards before they become serious issues. Next is documentation accuracy at 98%. This high percentage shows that our records are nearly flawless, ensuring that all safety procedures and findings are correctly documented. Accurate documentation is vital for accountability and effective follow-up. Then we have training compliance at 100%. Every staff member is certified on schedule, which guarantees that everyone is up to date with the latest safety protocols and best practices. This full compliance is essential to maintaining a knowledgeable and prepared team. Finally, the incident reduction rate has improved by 25% year over year. This significant reduction means our safety measures are effectively preventing accidents and incidents, leading to a safer environment overall. Together, these metrics provide a comprehensive view of our commitment to maintaining and improving safety in property management. Building a safety culture at your property is essential for long-term success. The key idea here is that safety becomes sustainable only when every individual treats it as an integral part of their job, rather than something that someone else is responsible for. This culture of safety is evident in daily behavior. It's the small, consistent actions that create a safer environment. There are 3 main steps to foster this culture. First, encourage everyone to speak up whenever something feels unsafe. Open communication is crucial to catch potential hazards early. Second, ensure that there is clear accountability. Everyone needs to own safety responsibilities fully and understand their role. Finally, reinforce these practices repeatedly until safe habits naturally become part of the daily routine. By following these principles, your property will develop a resilient safety culture where everyone actively contributes to a safer workplace. When it comes to managing property safety effectively, there are several key technology tools that can really make a difference. First, inspection software offers mobile checklists, allowing inspections to be completed on the go, and auto-scheduled reminders ensure nothing is overlooked or delayed. Then, document management plays a vital role by providing cloud storage organized by property and searchable audit trails, which makes retrieving and reviewing records quick and easy. For training, platforms with role-based modules tailor education to specific job functions, and they include completion tracking to monitor progress and ensure everyone is up to speed. Incident tracking tools allow for immediate reporting of any issues and maintain corrective action logs to document the steps taken to resolve problems. Together, these technologies streamline property safety management, making processes more efficient and helping maintain a safer environment. During your first 30 days in property safety management, there are 4 key phases to focus on. In week 1, the priority is to audit. This means walking through every building to get a first-hand look at the environment, reviewing all current safety records, and flagging any urgent hazards that need immediate attention. It's all about understanding the current state and identifying risks. Moving into week 2, the focus shifts to planning. Here, you'll set up an inspection calendar to ensure regular checks are systematic and consistent. Assigning owners for these inspections is crucial, so responsibilities are clear. Also, standardizing forms helps streamline the reporting process, making sure everyone uses the same format and no details are missed. Week 3 is about training. You'll brief staff on the safety protocols, making sure they understand their roles and the procedures. Practicing emergency response drills is vital so that everyone is prepared for any situation. Confirming documentation steps ensures all safety activities are properly recorded for accountability and future reference. Finally, in week 4, the goal is to implement. Begin launching routine inspections following the calendar you've established. Start tracking records diligently, and review compliance on a weekly basis. This continuous oversight helps maintain safety standards and catch any issues promptly. By following these steps in the first 30 days, you set a strong foundation for effective property safety management. To wrap up, the key takeaways here are really about being proactive and thorough in our approach to property safety management. First, it's crucial to inspect regularly, making sure small hazards are caught early before they have the chance to turn into major incidents. Next, documentation plays a vital role. Every issue we find, every action we take, and all follow-up steps need to be recorded carefully. This creates a clear trail and helps us stay organized. Lastly, training is essential. Every team member should be trained until safety compliance becomes second nature, ensuring that our entire team is equipped to maintain a safe environment consistently. These points together form the foundation of effective property safety management. Now let's focus on your safety checklist and how you can start taking action today. The key to creating immediate control and visible momentum lies in three simple yet powerful steps. First, schedule inspections. Make sure to put recurring building, unit, and life safety checks on the calendar so nothing is overlooked. Second, audit your records. It's crucial to confirm that every inspection, repair, and incident is properly documented and easily accessible when needed. Finally, plan training. Setting up the next staff session for emergency response, reporting, and compliance basics will ensure everyone is prepared and informed. By focusing on these three moves, you'll establish a solid foundation for effective property safety management right away.